Now, we've got some real breaking news on our hands today. In the case of Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf, the tapes that were retrieved from the school who was hosting the track meet on that day have officially been made public, well, at least to law enforcement. And I'm going to start by saying this. I know why they're hiding these tapes from the public. I know why they don't want them to be seen by us, which I believe is a violation of, at the very least, our right to know. The reason why they are hiding these tapes is because what is on them basically tells us exactly what we've been saying this entire time, which is the fact that this is not a case about self-defense and a young man who did something he had to do in order to survive. As a matter of fact, and this is according to multiple sources, what is seen on that tape is that Karmelo was the instigator and the initiator. There was no formal altercation, no sort of back and forth. There was no bullying. What is seen is exactly what you and I know. This guy took this young man's life. Really that simple.
Want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. If you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
I told you what it was from the beginning. Tried telling y'all, we knew it. We knew it. Put the little black boy in jail. Prison yard, slammer yard, turn the lights off. He about to be doing his push-ups right now and getting his protein in. I'm pissed off. I couldn't wait to get into today's video and report on this again. Yeah, buddy, we've been one of those ones vouching and advocating for the little boy to go to jail, prison, and anybody defending him, put they butt in jail too. Anybody defending this young man right here. Yeah, we know why they didn't fully release it to the public and they let other people see it, this person see it, this person, and we know what happened. Yeah, I told you from the beginning what it was. If it was actually self-defense, we would have already knew. Something would have came out, video would have came out, everything would have been out. He claimed self-defense, but the video footage proves he lied to police. There was no physical altercation before he attacked and killed Austin Metcalf. We send our prayers, love, and condolences to the Metcalf family. I want to start this video off with some love. Y'all, let me calm down. They say, Rick, sir, please calm down, sir. Please calm down, sir. Rick, sir, please calm down. You know. But I've been calling this out, man. I've been calling the BLM scam out. We've been calling out the black community, the disgraceful left lunatics, these deranged people that literally made this. It's been racially motivated. The little boy could have went out and killed any white person, and they still would have celebrated him, called him a hero, donated over $500,000, you know. And it was people just donating on the site to say something derogatory, something racist. It was this whole thing has been a disgrace. And I'm glad I'm one of those ones that have been calling this out. And shout out to you guys as well. You have been amazing. Love to all the family members on the channel. We are family on here. If you subscribe here, you're family. You're not a supporter. You can say you're a supporter, but we're not fans. We're not subscribers. We are family. And we're going to call this out for what it is. You know, life too short, man. And this is right from wrong. And I've come in contact with some big time creators, Jumpsuit Pablo, all the, you know, and a lot of my homies I'm already friends with. You know, other big time creators that you guys love their channels as well. They make amazing content. I'm in contact with them as well. You might know them. You know, I've come in contact with so many content creators, and we're doing some big things in the future. So be on the lookout in the future. We're going to be doing some collabs and some amazing stuff coming up in the future with your favorite creator that I've come in contact with. So be on the lookout. Big things are being planned right now as we speak. And also the merch that everybody's been asking for. So we are working hard behind the scenes, man. A lot is happening, you know, but every single 5 minutes, every hour, there's some more breaking news, you know, from all kind of cases. And this is the one, this case right here put everybody in a chokehold these last couple of weeks, these last 2 months, you know, and here we are, man. Here we are. But reporters were allowed, some were allowed to view the video of Karmelo Anthony murdering Austin Metcalf, where Anthony told police he acted in self-defense when he stabbed Metcalf in the heart. The video shows that Anthony attacked Metcalf without any physical provocation. Instead, Anthony was offended that he was being told to leave the area, so he pulled out a knife and stabbed Metcalf in the heart. Yeah, you know, then people are posting all kind of things, you know. Yeah, you know, with the Kyle Rittenhouse, you know, the disgraceful spokesman. Look, they treat this man like like he's some kind of hero, some kind of celebrity. Look. Remember how disgraceful this was?
Karmelo, do you have anything that you'd like to say, Karmelo? Do you have anything that you'd like to say to the victim, to the family of the victim? Why were you armed, sweetheart? Karmelo, why were you armed at school?
You cannot bring a weapon to school on school property, and then at a track meet. And then we seen the father get out on TikTok live, and the mom. It's just a disgrace. Huge shout out to that reporter. God bless that reporter that asked these questions, that very important questions, and seeing how the black community and a lot of people, these Karmelo Anthony supporters, and people have no sympathy for the loss of life. You know, the attack in the family, a disgrace, man. It really was. This entire thing was a complete disgrace. And then seeing the district, and I think that judge, that principal, people in the district ought to be charged and investigated, in my opinion. I'm just saying, you know. But footage was reviewed by multiple news outlets, proves there was no physical confrontation between Anthony and Metcalf. Karmelo just walked up and stabbed Austin Metcalf in the heart. There's your defense claim, completely destroyed. Yeah. But let's get into this video that you guys sent me, and my brother here, I know he's gonna have a great video on this. We've come in contact, and I'm glad I've come in contact with so many people for covering this case. You know, I'm so glad that, you know, we were one of those ones that just right from wrong, you know. But people are saying this judge needs to be investigated and disbarred. Dad should also be charged. Everyone knows he's guilty. Even the idiots who sent him money, their racism was showing. And what's really disgusting is the fact that the Frisco County and school district doing everything they can to reward and protect this little murderous thug. You know, unbelievable, man. I'm just reading some of the comments from people that have common sense and them patriots that know right from wrong. That's all. I'm just reading anonymous comments. That's all. You know, this is the first time I've heard someone up in murder charges was allowed to leave the state. Shame on the dirty judge. He's a killer, period. Karmelo went from hiding a pocket knife to holding some guy's pocket for life. Oh, brother. Just can't make it up, man. But before we get in, I want to tell you guys that I love you, man. And I hope everybody that's tuned in right now that you are blessed, well, and healthy. And I know how this thing is played out to be, and when the skin color, they've made it white versus black, racially motivated. I want to tell you, I don't care what your skin color is. I want to tell you that I got love for you, that I'm wishing the best for you in your lifetime. We all live a very, very fast lifetime, and it's fast time travel. Don't give it if you're black, Asian, Hispanic, white. I don't give a. I got love for you, and I'm wishing the best in all you guys' life. It's one love to the human race. That sounds so beautiful. I love saying it every single video. It's a part of my intro. It's a part of my motto. It's a part of my lifestyle. One love to the human race. Life too short to be hating on people, to be caring about somebody's skin color. Life too short to be. It really is, man. Right from wrong, common sense. Life too short. And it's sad that we have these people who think they think that we've went back 100 years. People think, especially since Trump has got elected, people have lost their mind. They still believe in the. But then again, we got the fake news media who and people that have been fed a bunch of crap that has been debunked. Some people still to this day still think President Trump's racist. Some people still to this day still believe some of the stuff that the fake news media has said and showed. They still can't think for themselves. Like, they listen to family members and friends. They don't want to be free thinkers and think for themselves. You know, not knowing that he did this for the black community. He did this for the HBCUs. He did this back in the day. He did this. He supported this man, a black man. Yeah. He did that, supported this black man's presidential campaign. But now all of a sudden he comes down an escalator and now he's a racist. Yeah, we've been covering all. Well, you know, it's a lot I can go back to. And I know President Trump has nothing to do with this case, but I'm just saying how the left and Democrats, the BLM scam, and these activists have made this out to be, you know. And it's honestly a disgrace of some of the things that we've seen commented underneath videos, the things I've been emailed, the threats that I've received, and I don't care. I'm going to continue to speak the truth. I'm going to continue to call this crap out for what it is. And a lot of people are waking up and seeing what's actually going on in this country. Let's get into this, man. Karmelo Anthony's self-defense destroyed by new CCTV footage.
Karmelo Anthony and his self-defense claims are in big trouble, and his supporters are at a loss for words, as a brand new report has just been released, dropping the axe down on any hopes of him getting away with murder. Literally. Maybe that's why apparently the Anthony family, of course including Karmelo, have fled the state? Where did he go and why? Maybe in hopes of a different trial outcome, or even hopes of ending up in a different, safer state prison?
You're just too clinker. Wear clothes, move on.
Well, I'll tell you exactly what's going on and what it all means. Let's get started. Out. Karmelo Anthony, his family, these reports that they have moved. I believe they relocated from Texas to Louisiana. The father has posted about this relocation. Apparently a judge would have had to sign off on that and approve that, which is just crazy, considering that Karmelo.
Crazy. We seen that in and we did a video on that in our last video. I mean, flee the state.
Anthony is charged with first-degree murder as an adult. Let's talk about that and why I think a lot of people, even throughout my past videos where I'm describing what his prison experience will be like in Texas prisons once he's found guilty, I've seen a lot of comments and people get angry at me for making the videos I make just to educate you and inform you and give you some insight based off my experience of doing 10 years in prison myself, to kind of let you know this is how it's going to go for him once he gets to Texas prisons. People get angry at me, and it's not because they're on Karmelo's side, but they get angry at me because they're on Austin Metcalf's side. And they say, you making these videos is going to give him everything he needs to to escape justice and, oh, all this crap that's going to happen to him in prison that you're talking about. Yeah, it's probably true, but because you're putting this out there, the judge is going to see this and he's never going to let him go to prison. Buddy, I think you need to go touch grass, get a big whiff of fresh air. I'm just some random doofus on YouTube. I promise you, the Honorable Judge McGee is not watching my video and gonna base his entire career, his certification, his qualifications, and his reputations on a murder charge, one of the biggest in a while out of Texas, on this doofus's video.
Some people are just so out of touch, and I bet you it's somebody from that side that said that. I'm telling you, that's how they think. I mean, so out of touch with reality. Some people are really so out of touch. They need help.
Work like that. You need to get off the internet. Please get off the internet for like a week. And just come back to reality. Well, you know, there's clear evidence here that you brutally stabbed Austin Metcalf and took his life for absolutely no reason, but Jumpsuit Pablo made a couple videos. Sounds like you're going to have a rough time in prison. I wash my hands of this. There's no way I can send you to prison. Not guilty. What are you talking about? You sound like an idiot. But there's even more people upset because they think, not necessarily it will get him a not guilty verdict, but maybe even found guilty, but they're going to find some workaround where he won't have to go to prison because he's going to be a victim in prison. Buddy, everybody's a victim in prison until you learn not to be. That's prison. Do you know why prison's a punishment? Because it sucks in there. What are you talking about? Wait a minute. I'm getting intel that Karmelo Anthony isn't going to have it's not going to be Disney World for him. It's not going to be Universal Studios. It's not going to be, Frankie's Fun Park for Karmelo Anthony in there. He's not going to get to ride go-karts and play skee ball. I guess I can't send him there. Dude, it sucks. That's why it's the it's the punishment designated for criminals by the country that is America. It sucks. That's why you shouldn't want to go there. That's what kind of keeps, I don't know, it's kind of what keeps people from like killing each other every day. Except not everybody, like this guy. To get to the point, Karmelo Anthony has apparently fled the state. He's gone to Louisiana. His father posted how he's relocated his family for their safety. Me personally, if I was a father, I am a father to 4 cats. But if I was a father to any actual human children, and I felt they were in danger and my family was in danger, I would not get on Facebook and be like, hey, everybody, all you people who wanted to kill us and harm us, we're moving. So you should probably start finding new ways to figure out where we've moved to. I would not say a word. I would shut my mouth. I'd relocate. And you know what? The longer people think I'm in the same spot in the same area that they're going to try to harm me, if anybody's even actually doing that, great, because I'm not there. So you're either full of crap or you're an idiot. I'd believe you either or both. It's just a grift. It's just a way to earn more money. So he posted that they've relocated. Looks like they've gone to Louisiana. And apparently, according to Sarah Fields on X, formerly known as Twitter, a judge would have had to sign off on this. And she talked to some legal consultants, some lawyers, some experts, and they said, it's very rare. That's pretty wild. That's pretty extreme for a judge to do, but it's not unheard of and it's not impossible. So who knows? Maybe, but none of this is confirmed. See, I see a lot of videos of YouTubers saying this, but in reality, it's not even confirmed that he has moved to Louisiana or moved anywhere out of the state of Texas. Now, if he did move to Louisiana, why would he do that? Maybe to get a better trial, if you feel like, I don't know, people down there won't judge you as harshly. That's what a lot of people think. That's their actual theory. He's fleeing the state so that a different state will hold his murder trial and he'll get found. He's going to go to a favorable state where he has a great chance of getting found not guilty. Please take 5 minutes and just do some research. People, when you have a murder or any crime, you committed a crime, a state crime. It is a state charge. You are charged by the state for the state that you committed the crime in. You can't go have your trial in another state. You can't. It's impossible.
Impossible.
It's unheard of.
Common. I mean,
Never happened and probably never will happen. At the most, you might be able to get it changed to a different city if there's a real, legitimate, extreme, intense reason why you can't have your trial in this city, in this county. But it's not going outside of the state. It's a jurisdiction thing. Now, if it was a federal charge, that'd be different. This isn't a federal charge. He committed a state crime in the state of Texas, and this will be tried in the state of Texas. It's jurisdiction. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You can't listen to all this crap on the internet. You can't escape it. People are, oh, he's trying to flee prison. Like I said, they're mad at me. Oh, he's gone to another state. So even if he does get found guilty, he won't be in the prison that you've clearly exposed to have Aryan Brotherhood and the vice lords who are going to want to get him. We know the vice lords are going to be out for blood because it's their responsibility to take care of him because he is their problem. He's a problem. He is a bad mark on their gang because he, in this picture, has pretended to be a part of their gang. The way gang culture works in prison and probably out on the streets. I haven't been a part of a gang on the streets. I've been a part of a gang in prison. So I will speak on it in prison. It is your responsibility to handle this guy who pretended to be a part of your gang. Now, I will say in Louisiana prisons, there are no vice lords. There's been like 1 or 2 vice lords who are arrested in the state of Louisiana. They were probably fleeing more vice lord gang infested states, but got picked up in Louisiana. There is no real gang presence of the vice lords in Louisiana. He's safe from that. You're still not going to be able to join any other gang because it's like being marked a snitch. No one's going to accept a snitch into their gang. I don't care who you are. No one's going to accept a person who pretended to be a part of a gang into their gang. It's just as bad. It's just as much of a red mark on your record, on your resume as a gangsta, as snitching. It's bad. You're a loser to them in their eyes. So it's not like he's going to get picked up by any other gang. But then on top of that, oh, well, he wants, even if he gets found guilty, he'll go to a Louisiana prison. Surely there's no Aryan Brotherhood there. Yeah. A presence of the Aryan Brotherhood in Louisiana prisons. But it's a branch off of the Aryan Brotherhood. They still hold the same values, the same morals. It's just a different region. They're still going to do the same thing. And you're not escaping this if it was possible for it to be. But it's not, because you have to get tried in the state of Texas because this is where you did your crime. Did he really do the crime? Isn't it but there's self-defense. Great segue into the most important part of this video.
Here we go.
This brand new article has just come out, just been released. The Texas chief of the Bureau for Daily Mail has confirmed he has seen the surveillance footage, the CCTV footage, the closed circuit TV footage, surveillance footage of that school, of the entire from A to Z altercation between Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf that happened in that track meet tent at that school on that day. And they have confirmed there was no prior physical altercation. Nothing prior to Karmelo Anthony pulling out a knife and plunging it into the heart of Austin Metcalf for no good reason. And all his supporters who have been screaming for months and months, oh, his brother, him and his brother ganged up on him. They're huge. They're behemoths. They're not. Oh, they grabbed him. They grabbed his backpack. They apprehended him. They grabbed him by the neck. They shoved him. They pushed him. They punched him. They did. Oh, my gosh. He had no choice. He did nothing. No one did anything to this man. At the most, they may have said something a little icky. I might have said something you didn't like to hear. I might have told you you need to leave our tent. Yeah, because you're a known thief and you have a prior history of bringing weapons to school, which is illegal, and you've been suspended for that. That's a fact. And you're a rival sports athlete to our team. Yeah, our team where we congregate under this tent to discuss strategy. Sorry, we don't want you in our tent to hear our strategy and possibly bring it back and report it to our rival school team. Every reason in the world to not want this thug in your tent. And they tell him he's got to leave. What does he do? Pulls a knife out of his backpack and murders Austin Metcalf and runs away before he can even watch him die in his brother's arms, Hunter Metcalf. Throws the knife in the bleachers, hoping to get away with it, clearly sees he won't get away with it, and then quickly adapts and tries to be tries to outsmart the police who do this every day and tell them, oh, I feared for my life. These two white guys were ganging up on me. No, they weren't. All the evidence shows nothing physical happened to you. Nothing physical at all ever happened, except for when you pulled a knife out.
Throw the little thug in jail. Throw the little thug in jail. Put the thug in jail. Prison. Slammer yard. Let them fight. Fight her now. Do some push-ups. Throw the little thug black boy in jail. Throw the black thug boy in jail. Black on black crime happening right now as I'm recording. I bet you if this was black on black reverse, we never would have heard about it. That's what they do. People don't know that they're raising thugs. And God dog it, it's not always on the parents. But from this situation, it looked like the parents could have done a way better job, and they even throw it off. I seen the way the dad was talking on TikTok live. I say that's exactly why his son did what he did. But it's not always the parents. I know there's parents watching right now that have done an amazing job. They tried everything they could, and their son or daughter went out and just went the complete opposite or the complete wrong way and made that decision. And God dogged, you got to live and die behind your decisions. Rewards and consequences, positives and negatives out of the decisions you make on this earth. Throw him in jail. Throw him in prison. Put his hands behind his back. Thug.
Well, that's according to the report from a very reputable news source. Karmelo Anthony is due to be indicted officially any day now. It is Friday, so if it's not today, it will probably be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, sometime next week. He will be indicted, charged as an adult, and I'm sure it will be for first-degree murder. I don't care where you fled to or where you hadn't fled to or where you think you're going or where you think you got a good chance. Evidence doesn't lie. And when those people see, buddy, I could say anything I want to you. That don't give you the right to pull out a knife and plunge it in my heart. There was no physical altercation prior to a knife being plunged into Austin Metcalf's heart. Period.
At a track, at a school. Self-defense.
There's my report. There's my insight.
Shout out to my homie, man. We're gonna come here and keep it real, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. You know, we're gonna I'm ready. I'm ready for that. For it to all to say guilty. And prison yard. Slammer yard. I'm ready for the next update. I'm ready. So hopefully sometime this week, sometime soon, I'm ready. And we're gonna keep you guys updated. I'm sorry I'm a little riled up today. Family, y'all got to bear with me now. I'm gonna come on here and call it for what it is. All right. I love y'all now. God bless you all. And we'll see what comes next, man. And huge shout out to my brother, Jumpsuit Pablo. I'm going to put him on the screen right now. Make sure y'all give him a follow. Subscribe to my homie right here. An amazing guy, man. Amazing content. Very informative. Great personality. Great human being. He has done 10 years. And, you know, and he's sharing exactly how it's going to be. And he brings some of the best content. So make sure you check him out. Jumpsuit Pablo. I love y'all, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace and love, family.